Hey everybody, this is Rykard here again, and if you haven't been paying attention to the Pokemon X and Y news that just came out yesterday, 4 new Pokemon were revealed in one of the Japanese gaming magazines. I believe it's in this Koro, and this is really exciting for me because this is so far the biggest reveal that we've had. We've obviously had the 3 starters, and then the legendaries, and then the Mewtwo reveal, and then the Eevee reveal. So this is actually completely brand new Pokemon, which I think is really cool, and they all look really awesome to me. I'm especially excited about the panda guy, but we'll get to that later. But anyways, just to mention their names, they're Japanese names for purposes of this video because the English names are not out when I'm making it, just to clarify that. The panda in the top is named Yamchan, the bird on the left is Yayakoma, the goat on the right is known as Gogoat, and the lizard thing on the bottom is Elikiteru. And there's actually additional information provided with these pictures of these Pokemon. It actually gives the types of all of them, so we'll talk about that in a bit, and also gives some moves that they also learn, which is actually really good for me because that already gets me speculating what kind of movesets they could potentially run, and also gives you some idea as to what they might even evolve into later because of some of the moves that they learn might not exactly be a type that they are. So that's actually just something cool that I thought about as I was looking and reading all the information about these guys. So let's just get started by taking a look at the first one, which is Yamchan that I showed you, which is the panda on the top. So when I first saw this Pokemon, my initial impression was awesome because finally we're getting a panda Pokemon. It seemed like that would have been something that they would have done maybe a couple gens ago, but I guess they didn't think of it until now, or they just didn't feel the need to release it until now. But anyways, this Pokemon is a fighting type, which is really cool to know, and also in the magazine it talked about a new move that it gets known as Parting Remark. Now, it doesn't actually say what that might do, which is kind of frustrating, but it's really cool already that we're getting some new moves that are going to be added to the game, and you don't really know how they could play out, and if this might be like a signature move of this Pokemon, or if it's something that a ton of fighting types will be able to learn if it is a fighting type move. Either way, though, I think this Pokemon is really cool looking. Fighting types are always really welcome, and I definitely look forward to using this Pokemon when this game comes out, just because it's so freaking cool looking. I'm honestly really impressed with the design of this guy because I've been waiting for a panda Pokemon. Honestly, I feel like that is something, as I said, that should have been already a thing. But either way, I'm glad we're getting it now, so let's just move on to the next one. As for this Pokemon, which is revealed to us to be known as Yayakoma, it is based on a Japanese robin, which I think is kind of cool. And it told us initially that its typing is going to be normal flying, much like a lot of bird Pokemon that we get early in the game, which is what I'm assuming this Pokemon might be, like one of those Pidgey Pokemon or Spearow, like the early birds that you get. But either way, one interesting thing that it mentioned about it is that it is known for its singing voice. So to me, that might mean that this Pokemon might get Pear Song, it might get Screech, it might get Hyper Voice, or Chatter maybe, even if they decided to make that not Chatot move or signature move. Anything like that really. So I think that's pretty cool that they already told us a characteristic of this guy, so that could speculate maybe some moves that it get. But it also did reveal that it does learn Nitro Charge, which I think is really exciting because first of all, it says that it's a normal flying type. So because it can learn Nitro Charge, it makes me believe that it will eventually evolve into a fire flying type, which sucks because of Stealth Rock, but it's really cool that we're getting another fire flying type Pokemon just because I think that's a really cool typing in general. And with Nitro Charge, you can already speculate an offensive moveset for this guy where you would be using Nitro Charge to set up your speed and then attacking from there. But overall, I really imagine that this Pokemon is going to turn into some type of really awesome special attacker that could be a fire flying type, which had me really excited about it. As for this guy known as Gogoat, which strangely enough happens to be a goat Pokemon, who would have thought? This is actually a monograss type Pokemon, and there's some interesting information surrounding this guy as well. The first of which is that it is capable of learning Horn Leech. Now, personally, I thought that was kind of a letdown in a way. Well, it's awesome, but it's also a letdown to me because that means that that is no longer Saucebuck's signature move because now this other Pokemon is able to learn it. But it's a really awesome move anyway, so I'm glad another Pokemon can learn it. It was just kind of cool thinking of it as a signature of another Pokemon. But either way, another really cool thing about this Pokemon that they revealed in the magazine is that you can actually ride this Pokemon in game. Now, it doesn't exactly specify where and when, but it did show a picture of you riding this Pokemon in one of the cities, so it might also lead us to believe that you could potentially do this with other Pokemon as a mode of transportation when walking around the game. Now, that would be really cool to begin with, so that's something that I'd be excited for as well, or it just might be a special thing that only this Pokemon can do. So it's really up to you whether or not you think that's going to be the case, so let me know actually what you think about that. But either way, I think this Pokemon has a really awesome design as well. I don't think we've actually had a goat Pokemon before either. Like, we've had a lot of other farm animals, but I don't think we've actually had a goat, which is kind of cool. So I'm actually glad this exists. If there is one, I'm just forgetting it right now, so tell me I'm stupid if I forgot about this other goat Pokemon. But either way, it's really cool that we're already seeing some other designs that we really haven't seen before through all of these guys. As for this last Pokemon, it is known as Elikiteru, which I mentioned before, and this is actually the one that I'm most interested in learning more about. Firstly, it is a electric normal type, which is really cool. I always have enjoyed the secondary normal typing on a lot of Pokemon just because it's really good that when you can fire off moves that are really powerful from the normal type stab side. And since every Pokemon learns Return or Frustration, we already know that that could be a viable option on this Pokemon when used in a competitive battle because it'll be able to hit really hard from its normal type stab. Similarly, we know it could probably learn Volt Switch too, so you could scout with this guy as well. So I'm actually really excited about that to begin with. But another very interesting thing about it is that it revealed a signature move of this Pokemon, or not a signature move, a new move of this Pokemon. Sorry, I'm not going to say its signature yet because we don't know. But it is known as Parabola Charge. And this move works essentially the way Hornleech does, where you do damage and you gain health back. It didn't reveal whether or not it's a special move or a physical move, so we will eventually find that out in later days. But either way, it's really cool now that they added that type of move to an electric type stab side for electric Pokemon, which is really cool. And another really great thing about that is that leads me to believe that some defensive electric Pokemon, maybe like Ampharos or something like that, could have their staying power significantly increased with the use of this move now that they can recover HP while being a more defensive electric wall. But that's a conversation for another time. Another really awesome thing that they told about this Pokemon is that it uses solar rays to generate its electricity. Now, there are a lot of interesting things that could come out of that. Mainly, it could potentially have the ability Solar Power, which I think would be really awesome. Another thing is that it could learn Solar Beam or something of that nature. But either way, those are just some speculative ideas that I had about this Pokemon that might actually come true if we learn more about it. Now, before we end this video, there are two things I wanted to talk about, and the first one is right here, which is the last bit of information that was revealed to us in this magazine. And if you can't really tell what it is right now, if you don't speak Japanese, which I don't, obviously, I'll just explain it. Basically, they are allowing you to customize your trainers in Pokemon X and Y, which to me is something that I actually mentioned in my predictions video that I made a while back. I was saying that it would be really awesome if we could customize our trainers to make them look all different and have them be a little bit more personalized. So as you can see right here, you can change the hair color and the skin tone color of your trainer that you use in game, which is really awesome and something that I feel like was something that they should have added a while ago, but it's really great that they're implementing it now, and I'm assuming that that's going to be something that's going to be really exciting for a lot of people because they can, or everyone can make their trainer look a little bit different. So that's something that I'm very excited for. It's not a competitive aspect of the game, but it is an aesthetic aspect of the game that makes it a little bit more fun. But anyways, the last thing that I want to talk about in this video is that as of yesterday, I have hit over 3 million video views on my channel, which I thought was really awesome. So I just wanted to share that with you all. Say thank you all for watching, for all these videos that I've been posting, sticking around for a while, and basically supporting my channel. So thank you guys for everyone, or thank you all for everything you've done and allowing me to hit this milestone. So let's, keep going till we get 5 million now. Who knows? But anyways, that is it for this video, everyone. So I hope you're excited about Pokemon XY. I'm assuming new information will be coming more so in the future, so I'm excited to talk about that with all of you and hear your opinions. But thank you all for watching, take care, goodbye, and I will see you all next time.